Hi again folks, how you all doing? Here we have a Hornby A3 that was sent to me by Mike. He said he was given this, but it doesn't run very well and clearly needs some attention. Let's see what happens under power. Not very much. Yeah, not very nice at all, very hesitant. Lots of pickup and other issues there, I think. Let's get her into the shed and we'll see what's up. Go on, in you go. Alrighty ho then, let's get a look at this Hornby A3. This is the White Knight. Nice model, but certainly not running particularly well. Condition wise, this looks okay. Some very nice detail in the cab. Just get the endoscope in here. Really nice cab interior. Looks like it's got a flickering firebox. Could do with some crew in there. You notice one of the doors is broken off here. We've also got a step broken off on this side at the front. I've got the cab door and the steps, so we'll glue them back on. But you know, these things are so delicate, they're very easily broken off. What else is up with this? We've got mangled pickups on the drawbar. Need to sort those out. Hopefully they don't snap off. You can see the wiring's got itself out of place, so somebody's been in here having a jiggery faff. Speedometer link is missing, which is good. Yeah, other than that, it seems okay. The rods are a wee bitty bent. Just all the usual nonsense. So the motor is working, so I don't think there'll be much wrong with it. We'll see when we open it up. Let's just have a quick look at the tender. All looks okay. So we'll put that aside and we'll open this up and see if we can see what's wrong. Is that thing going to lift out? There we go. So we've got the usual business, 8-pin blanking plate. So we've got the remains of some wiring onto the DCC socket there. And this wiring should be sorted out. The motor's very loose. And another wire there. So it looks like it's been hardwired for DCC in its past. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is disengage the motor and see what the movement's like. Let's get rid of this horrible tape. Let's move the body out the rod. Get that out of there, and then that should lift off. Yeah. You can see down there we've got a lot of gunked up grease. It's gone all waxy. Undo that screw, it will loosen the motor bracket. Just to get it all together. That frees up the motor. We'll take the double gear out. Just a wee check to see that it's not split. Doesn't appear to be. Right, let's see what happens. I'll put this on the track. Yeah, there's a point of resistance about there. Could just be the bent rods causing that. That one in particular is pretty bent. We need to take it off. It's not bad, but it's enough to cause a little bit of a lurch when it's running. There's another gear here I'm going to take out. That one. Yeah, there's definitely an issue. Dismantle everything, clean it, straighten the rods out, rebuild it, that out. Oh dear, pickups got itself a bit mangled and is absolutely filthy. Everything's swimming in oil. Need a bit of slack in the wire. That'll come out. Yeah, I don't think that has been put on right. Don't know if you can see, but that rod's got quite a bend in it. And that can be enough to cause a bit of a problem with the movement. Oof, that was on tight. You shouldn't put these crank pins in too tight. There we go. So the rod's off, get the wheels out. The drive gear looks okay, but we've got an awful lot of gunky, greasy, waxy, horrible yuckiness and little bits of polystyrene. Alright, put these wheels to one side, get all these bits and pieces put away safely. And give the chassis a scoosh out. And it's just a terrible gunky mess in here. Look at that. We'll give the worm gear a bit of a scoosh. Yeah, the motor is very loose. Normally they're kind of stuck down with black tack. So we'll do that. I'm sure it'll be okay. The monkey brush onto these. Right, okay. I'll let that evaporate off. Like my fingers. Let's have a wee look at some of these rods. There's a couple of them are very bent, like that one. Get my parallel pliers. Straighten these up. I've said it before with these models that the metal used on these rods, I think it's copper, is just so soft. What will we do? Let's see if we can sort this out first of all. We'll pop that gear back in there. And we'll put a spot of oil in there. Refit the double gear. That. And get a bit of oil in there. Go in there. big load of grease, spot of oil there, and on there. Get this back on. Try this with a battery. Just bend one of these contacts back. Yeah, it's okay. Right, so that motor is now secure. The gears have been cleaned, fresh lubrication, I've cleaned out the chassis. So that's good to go, I think. Put it aside. Need to clean up these pickups. Give the axles a scoosh first. These wheels are pretty dirty actually. Alright, okay, so that wants to go in there. I don't make the mistake I always make of putting the rear wheel on the front. I almost forget they're different because this has got the, you know, the spindle there for the speedometer, which would go on this side. There we go. I'll get some oil into the axles. Just put a piece of tape over there where the wire joins onto that there, just so it doesn't make contact with the chassis. With the usual fiddle around with these pickups. And then hopefully everything is making contact. That should make contact. It wouldn't surprise me if I've got to take this all apart again and have another go. Time to get all the rods connected back together. So there, it goes on there. To make sure that that crank is set right. Okay, that's that side. Right, okay. Let's give this a wee shot on the test track, see what happens. Right, let's turn on the power. Doesn't look too bad. I'll get a bit of oil in the linkages. There we go. However, we'll see how it goes with the body on and on the layout, etc. Right, we need to fix this wiring though. Let's have a look at this drawbar. Yeah, drawbar's a bit of a mess. However, please don't snap. To give them a wee bit of a twist, that. And you want them to be slightly splayed. Put a bit of duct tape across there. That. And I think if we get another bit across there. I forgot about the flickering firebox, but I think that's had it. The body's a very tight fit. As as I've said before, never assume that just because a model runs without its body on, that it'll run with the body on. There we go. That seems absolutely fine. Right, we've got a wee cab door to sort and glue on those front steps. But I'm going to go and get a spot of lunch first. Right, okay. I'm going to glue these front steps on. Yeah. Okay. Now these little cab doors. There we go. There we go. Hopefully they'll stay put. Right, okay. I think we'll give that super glue a wee bit of time to cure properly. Attach the tender. There we go. Job done. Let's go and pull it out of the shed. Okay, so to cut a long story short here, the locomotive ran fine on the straight, but on the curves and going over points there was issues with the front bogie derailing. It seemed to be lifting and just coming off the track all the time. I removed the front steps because I kind of figured that that was probably impeding the movement of the front bogie. I think these steps were probably meant for static display only. They'd probably be okay on third and fourth radius, but on second radius and first radius, no, just no chance. So I've taken them off, and that seemed to solve the derailing issue. But I noticed going around the curves that the rear wheels on the front bogie weren't turning; they were dragging. And on closer inspection, I discovered that the wheels were actually hitting the front of the underframe and also the insides of the cylinders. I've never come across that before. I've seen it very, very close on a Bachmann model once. I can't remember which one, but I've never seen the front bogie wheels being hindered as badly as in this case. That's just bad design. So I trimmed back the plastic on the front of the underframe and on the cutaways on the inside of the cylinders just to provide a bit more clearance, and that seems to have resolved the problem. The things you have to do sometimes. Anyway, I think it should be okay now. Let's go and pull it out of the shed again. Okay then, let's bring it out. So there we are, that's Mike's White Knight sorted out. It's got a wee bit of pickup squeal coming from the tender, but that'll go away with running. Yeah, this has clearly been subjected to some jiggery faffery in the past. Looks like it was wired for DCC and then the chip cut out along the wiring for the firebox, leaving an unseated motor, some loose wires, bent rods and a lot of waxy grease. Thankfully there wasn't any issues with the drive gears or the drive wheels, as is so often the case with this Hornby configuration. However, the front bogie being impeded by the underframe and the cylinders was a bit of a surprise, and it took me a wee while to actually figure out what was going on there. Never seen that before, but I'm sure it's probably not uncommon with some of these Hornby models, so it's certainly something that I'll be watching out for in the future. But a nice model that certainly didn't deserve to be left in that state, so nice to get it back in running order. I shall get it packed up and sent back to Mike. Catch you later, folks.